The purpose of the video of today is to explain what is the asset monetization. Asset monetization we can understand from our own examples to simplify it. Suppose I have an house, there is a gold, there is a vehicle, there is a tractor, there is a land, there is a tube well, so on and so forth. So if I am not able to utilize all these things in optimal ways, when I call it optimal, optimal means suppose I have 10 resources and the cost is 10 rupees, and if they all are fully utilized, they can give me a revenue of 50 rupees, but I am not utilizing them, so I am only having the revenue of 10 rupees, and then 40 rupees are not being earned by me because I have not properly utilized them. So what are the models? Either I should utilize themselves, or I should involve somebody else who can utilize it better and give me rent, give me the profit, give me the user charge. What happens? The job of government is not only to increase expenditures, but to rationalize the expenditures, rationalize the revenues. How to rationalize revenues? Government gets revenues from taxation, from public sectors, but government is supposed to spend so much on infrastructures, anti-poverty programs, unemployment removal programs, and so many social and economic expenditures. So where from the revenue will come to the government? Government will definitely get revenue in two ways. One is that either to increase the taxes. When the government increases the taxes, direct or indirect, what it will impact? Definitely it will have an adverse impact on the economy, because increasing the taxes will make the goods and services costlier. So there will be a trend where the imports may be cheaper rather than buying the national things, because the national production, national service ecosystem will be costlier. And since imports are not always through right modes, so they adopt certain illegal channels, so smuggling etc become. So what is the way out? Way out is that taxes should remain reasonable, competing to the international standards. Government should increase its revenue from other resources. What are other resources? As I told, and I was fully convinced, and rather I was thinking these things, that if there are resources in the hand of the government which are not utilized properly, means brownfield resources, they are technically called in economics, if these resources are given to the private entities and these resources fetch revenue to the user of them, and in lieu of that, if that entity compensates to the government in terms of revenue, so it is a win-win position. Government is not losing the ownership, but a kind of utilization ecosystem is being developed, because either I should utilize personally or I should co-utilize with the person who has better resources, because it is a proven fact that the government cost and investment ratio in utilization is not economic. Means doing an activity by government costs sometimes more than the profit it earns, because of so many factors. because being public sector, because uh, several inefficiencies in public sector domains. So when our Prime Minister says there is one business of the government not to do the business, it's perfectly gels with the philosophy of efficiency. Now we have come to the stage where we don't need government, we need efficient government. We are not that kind of a state where a state is to prove its success. We are a successful nation state. Now we have to make or transcend from success state to efficient state. An efficient state not only in terms of accepting our constraints but going beyond our constraints with out of box solutions. Nothing is in box available because all the possibilities have been explored, and now we have to uh, explore out of box. And how out of box is possible? Until unless new models of revenues are developed, invented, innovated, and then government's basic commitment and conviction with regard to infrastructure is given a momentous support, and where from the revenue will be coming. Because if government creates an infrastructure, whether road, rail, etc., and then that infrastructure is not fully utilized or it remains underutilized, so what is the option? Government has spent so much money on that, but the revenue is not proportionate to that cost. So where from the deficit will be covered? Of course, there will be monetization process. So let us not be unnecessarily misinformed that sale of resources is going to adversely impact the economy, because as per the economic expertise, whatever I can understand and whatever I can read, that this is the most viable and practical solution to earn revenues, so that infrastructural investments where private sector is not going to invest and only government can invest can be further boosted. Government builds infrastructure. At times infrastructure needs a lot of capital. Private sector is not ready to invest because of several reasons. So government builds an infrastructure. That infrastructure may be utilized 25%. Now 75% remains unutilized. So if the government monetizes that, it's a win-win situation. We have gotten the infrastructure which otherwise could not have been available to us, and then there is a revenue receipt increase in the government coffers. For example, Purvanchal Expressway. Who is going to invest so much money in Purvanchal Expressway? Only government can. And now, if Purvanchal Expressway remains unutilized, so much expenditure done on that will be waste, and then the government will not be encouraged sustainably to create more such expressways. So what will happen? Actually, the people will be deprived of infrastructural enhancements by the government, and the government will be in the revenue deficit position. So suppose this, I am giving just one example. If this Purvanchal Expressway is monetized, means it is given full potentiality utilization with a partnership of private and public sector, private and government. And if the revenue of the government increases, say, a few thousand crores, now the government can upgrade these things, facilities, or government can reinvest that surplus income to some other places for providing better power, for providing better infrastructure, for providing better mobilities. So this kind of mindset that government should be fixated with the ownership, and ownership monetization is something which is a very, very bad thing, is a something I can call it only a mental blockade, and it doesn't hold good in the current study of economics. We are already going through the pandemic, and my hats off to the government for managing the finances of the country. We all are getting our salaries, everybody is getting subsidies despite the gross domestic product, GDP contracting around 25% during the pandemic, and loss of so many revenue resources by the government, but still government is not defaulting on any commitment. Our foreign reserve is at the peak. Our infrastructure expenditure has not subsided despite the pandemic. That shows that the efficiency of policy design. If the government is acting as per the efficient policy designs and trying to increase its resources without burdening people from taxes, I think it is a win-win situation for all. Monetization is actually utilization. Let us not infer more out of. Monetization means more utilization of resources with collaboration of government and private sectors, and then sharing the revenues reasonably, and that is all. So monetization of the government resources should be taken as one step forward with regard to increasing the efficiency of economics in the hand of the government. Another important thing will be very much connected, that if we want a lot of infrastructure, the way things are happening, we need freight corridors, we need expressways, we need ports, we need 24/7 electricity, we need a better efficient power grids, we need better transmission lines, we need improved infrastructure in terms of gas and fiber optics. Where from the money will be coming? We all are knowing that the revenues of the government can be easily understood by us, that this is the only possible way to enhance the effectiveness of economic measures of the government. And we all should understand this thing, that monetization or privatization is not something which is sin. Rather, it is a need of our. At time, there was no one to make such big investments. At that time, government did that. It was fine. It was right at that point also. And now it is also right at this point of time also, that now government thinks to utilize it maximum, optimum. So how to utilize? Government spends millions of rupees, millions of dollars of rupees making a stadium, and that stadium remains underutilized. So what is the cost benefit analysis or cost benefit ratio? It's totally unviable. So if the government privatizes its utilization, I am using a particular term, privatization of utilization also, then what will happen? The stadium will be better maintained because a lot of revenues will be generated by the person, and then a lot of cultural activities and a lot of other activities will be there, which will be again a economically triggering activity. So the situation is a win-win for all. Otherwise, just lock the stadium and just 100 players will come in the morning and play that. But if I am a owner of that, if I am a user owner of that, I will see what can be done in this stadium. Let me organize a big sports event. Let me organize a big cultural event. Let me organize a big mega show. Let me do something cultural. I mean, this will, a private person will try to maximize the utilization of that particular infrastructure, and that will generate a lot of revenues which will be coming to the government as well. So I think that this monetization step is a win-win situation, and I do not find any sustainable criticism of this process. Rather, government should act on it on the fast track basis, make it more private entity friendly in terms of achieving the contract and doing that. We make a lot of roads. We do award the contracts to the private developers. Why? Because there are a lot of engineers, there are a lot of infrastructures government have. But why it is awarded to the private? Because competing private sector will bring efficiency into the system. And I am not from that school of thought that public sector is the best. Why? We need efficiency, we need cost effectiveness, we need competency, we need better services. And then why we should not be experimenting with these time tested policy designs, that efficiency of utilization, efficiency of revenue, etc. will increase where we are today. So let us accept these policy designs and tools as another feather in the cap of good governance procedures adopted in the area of economics, and further it will improve the infrastructural position of India, removing poverty, removing unemployment, and improving the access of infrastructure facility to the common man. Thank you, and let us support the policies and its implementation and their implementation to make all these things a grand success. Thank you.